People always calling me paranoid and schizo, but girl, every time I rent an Airbnb, I'ma always check the light switch in the master bathroom, because you just never know. Sorry, I got a mouthful of sunflower seeds. I was hungry and I was making this video. So basically, you want to get your wave brush and you want to go against the grain just like this. And then you want to get your clippers and you want to make sure you get in there nice and tight just like that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you go down just like that. Just like that. Look at that. And people always say, King, your ASMR is the best. You got the best ASMR I've ever heard. I get all the tingles from you. Well, if that's the case, then make sure y'all leave a comment and share my stuff and favorite my videos so I can go viral. And you can keep seeing me around and I can keep making more content. And I can buy more sunflower seeds. So next what you want to do is get your magic magnetic mark and you want to make your dots as the reference points just like this. Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. I don't think nobody getting past that in regular motion. Make sure y'all hit that button and follow me on YouTube. Wow. I'm always bored when I rent an Airbnb. So I always bring my PS5 controller. Look at all these buttons. I wonder what they do. I mean, it is pretty cool. I always try to keep it clean because it always collects all this lint. It drives my OCD crazy. You just never know. Wow. Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect for real. I wouldn't want to do nothing else in Airbnb. I'm just do this all day for real. I mean, just look at it. That's flawless for real. Wow, look at that. So basically for this method, all you gotta do is make sure you go to the nearest store and pick up some Pop Rocks. Sorry y'all, I'm eating some right now and I can't really talk. So basically all you want to do is you want to put the Pop Rocks on the light switch just like this. And then you want to get your clippers and you want to make sure you go against the grain just like that. I always use my finger to wipe off any residue that's on there. Just like this. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. And I always make sure to make a couple passes on each side just like this. Look at that. And yeah, I got the nerve to call me paranoid and schizo. Well, I don't care. I'ma always use my magic magnetic marker to make my dots as the reference points. Cause you just never know. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. People always calling me paranoid and schizo. But every time I rent an Airbnb, I always take the light switches in the master bathroom. Basically, all I do is I just use a steak and I make sure I put it on the grill just call me paranoid or schizo on cur. But every time I rent an Airbnb, I always check it using my flawless methods. Cause you just never know. And I'm gonna show y'all exactly how to do this method right here. So basically all you gonna need you is some potatoes, some eggs, some bell peppers, some olive oil. And then you wanna go ahead and cut it all up and mix it all up, and then you wanna scramble it all together just like this right here. That's perfect. That's perfect. Look at that. And then you wanna go and set it right there on your tortilla. You wanna make sure you fill it up a nice little size, but not too much. You don't want to stuff it too much. You just want just enough. Just like this right here. That's perfect. That's perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of cheese and I'm going to just sprinkle it all over the burrito just like this. Wow. Look at that. And then I'm going to just take my fork and I'm going to find 2 big chunky pieces of potatoes just like these right here. And then you want to go ahead and take your toothpick and you want to stick it right down the center of the potatoes. Just like that. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it at the light switch and put it in place. Just like this. That's perfect. And then you want to go ahead and take your clippers with the open card. And you want to go ahead and hit against the grain just like this right here. But you got to be careful not to hit it too hard because then you will knock it all down. And then you want to make sure you hit the bottom nice and tight just like this. Look at that. Wow. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit this side just like this. And then you want to go ahead and hit the other side too. Just like that. And then you want to hit the top. But you got to be careful with the top because you want to make sure you get it right in the center just like this. That's perfect. That's perfect. Then you want to wipe off any debris just like this. That's perfect for real. And then you just go ahead and take your magic magnetic marker and make your dots as the reference points. Because you just never know. And this method flawless for real. I mean, just look at it. Wow.